Hey everyone, my name is Thomas from Thomas Dealer Coaching. In this video, we will be talking about how to create a habit of meditation. In a previous video, we already discussed about some false beliefs that you have to let go of in order to start meditating. Many of us have a lot of thoughts and ideas about meditation, and we kind of had a look at those in the previous video. The second step is creating a habit of meditation, and that is what we will be doing in this video. So we will be looking at how to create a habit of meditation that actually lasts and will help you get those benefits. Everybody talks about benefits of meditation, and we will dig deeper into those, because the key to reaching the benefits of meditation is by creating a habit of meditation. So let's have a look. All right. The first step is to start small. Why do we need to start small? Well, as with any habit, you need to start small. Otherwise, you won't be able to actually go through with it. If you would like to start running rather, you're not going to start running 15 kilometers or 10 miles all of a sudden. No, you're going to start small. You're going to start with a few kilometers or a few minutes, 15 minutes of running, for example. The same goes with meditation. We have to start small because that is the only way that we can actually get into the habit of doing it. Even if you have a lot of time, don't use all of that time. Use something that you can commit to. Is it 1 minute a day, 5 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 5 minutes a week maybe? Start small. Start with something you can commit to. The second benefit of starting small has to do with I don't have time. Lots of us are already pretty busy and we don't have time to meditate. That's what we tell ourselves. I don't have time to meditate. I'm super busy. I don't know where to put it. I don't know where to take the time. Well, all of us, I can assure you, have 5 to 10 minutes a day or more that we can spend on meditation. Right before going to bed. Put away your phone or use it for a meditation rather than using it for social media. Right when you wake up, in between meetings, before or after lunch. There's a lot of small times where we have a 5-minute, 10-minute window that we could use to start. And from there on, we can build a habit. So starting small has two benefits. One, you'll actually be able to commit to taking that step, the small step you're taking. And two, you do have time. You have 5 minutes a day to meditate. And from there, you can kind of grow. So the first step is about taking things small. The second step in making a habit out of meditation or making a habit of meditating is to link your habit to an already existing habit. Now, I got this tip from a book called Atomic Habits from James Clear. I can highly recommend the book because it is about much more than what I discuss here. But one of the most powerful things from that book for me was, if you want a habit to succeed, then link it to something you already do. We already have a lot of habits each day. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, we have breakfast, we exercise or we listen to music, we work, we have lunch, we watch Netflix, we read a book. There's so many habits that we already have and that we already do every day or a few times a week. It's much more powerful if you link your habit to the already existing habit. So if you link your habit of meditation right before sleeping, for example, you know, okay, at 11 p.m. I'm going to sleep, then take 5 to 10 minutes right before sleeping and meditate. It's much easier than saying randomly, I will meditate each day. Link it to a habit you already have. For example, something I do is I wake up, I exercise for 20-30 minutes, and then I meditate. And then I go into the shower and then I take breakfast. So showering, breakfast, and waking up were habits I already did, obviously. And what I did is I put in two things that I wanted to learn. So I wanted to exercise more and I wanted to meditate more. So I put in those two habits in between habits I already had in the morning. I'm also a morning person. So if you're not a morning person, then I would say maybe put meditation at the end. But put the habits, the new habits, in between and link them to habits you already have. Because what happened is, now for me and for my brain, it's very easy. I wake up, I exercise. If I exercise, next I meditate. If I then meditate, then afterwards I take a shower. And after showering, I take breakfast, or I make breakfast. If one day, for some reason, I don't exercise in the morning, I almost never meditate either. So they are so intertwined and so linked to each other that if I lose one, then I lose the other. Okay? So that is why it's very important to link your habit to a habit that you already do every single day. Waking up, sleeping, eating breakfast, eating lunch, whatever it is, but link the meditation to that habit. And you'll notice that it's much easier to then keep on doing this as well. Finally, the third step in creating a habit out of meditation is to do it every single day, even if you don't feel like it. And obviously there's going to be exceptional days where we can't meditate, or where we can't do certain, like the routine that we typically do. And that's fine, that happens. But make a commitment to meditate every single other day, because if you want something to become a habit, it is very important that you make it into a part of your identity. I am a person who meditates every single day. That is the message that you have to tell yourself when you're creating this habit. And so if you say, I'm going to meditate every single day, even if I don't like it, you'll notice that after a while, it's not anymore that you don't like it, it's just part of your routine, it's just a habit. It's, for example, like brushing your teeth. I don't think every single morning or every single evening you're thinking, I really don't feel like brushing my teeth. There's days where you don't feel like brushing your teeth, fine. But most of the days you just do it. It's just part of the daily routine. And so meditation, if you really wanted to make it a habit, you have to do it every day. Which means that yes, there will be days where you don't meditate, and there will be days where you don't feel like meditating, but you do it anyway. If you have the time and it's not an exceptional day, then you do it anyways, because that's just part of it. And maybe you tell yourself, if I don't feel like meditating today, I don't do my regular 15 minutes, but I do 5 minutes. Or if I don't feel like meditating today, then I'm just going to start, and then I'll see how long I meditate. Even if it's 1 minute, then that's fine. It is the intention that matters. It is the fact that you keep practicing every day. It is the fact that you have built a routine out of it that makes the habit stick, okay? So what I tell myself is that if I have a day where I don't feel like meditating, I tell myself, okay, that's fine. I'll do a shorter meditation and I'll just start. And typically sometimes I start with 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes I'm like, I want more. And then I do another one of 5 minutes, or I do another one of 10 minutes. But there's other days where I do 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes I'm like, yeah, no, I'm glad I did it, but no more. And that's also fine. But stick to doing it every single day, because that also makes it easier to keep your streak, right? What I used to do is I used to say, okay, I only exercise and meditate in the weekdays because that's my working days, that's my routine days, and in the weekend I'm free. It is about relaxing only. Meditating is quite relaxing, but for some reason it was not part of my weekend routine. Well, now what happened? Every Monday it was hard to start the habit again. Because you have to imagine this. If you have built up a good habit and then you break it after 5 days and you don't do it for 2 days, right? Then again, next Monday, you want to start again. It is quite hard because you've just not done it for 2 days. And then you do it again, and after 5 days, you're going to stop again. And again, you won't do it for 2 days. And then again, you have to start, right? The hardest thing about a Monday is because we've just had 2 days that are very different. So if you really want your habit to stick, do it every single day. That way, there is no day where you have to start. There is no day where it's the last day, finally, I'm going to stop with my routine. It's a mind shift. If you do it every day, it's just part of your routine. And there will be days where you don't do it, and there will be days where you do more of it. That is fine, but you do it every single day. So these were the 3 steps of making a habit out of meditation. you could use them for any habit that you want to create. And like I said, most of this knowledge about how to create a habit comes from a book, Atomic Habits, from James Clear. So he discusses even more about this, but I think these 3 steps are the main steps to creating a habit, and especially to creating a habit of meditation. So the first step is start small. Start off with 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day, and go from there, right? Try to stick to a certain pace. If you say, I'm going to do 5 minutes a day, then try to stick to the 5 minutes. But if you realize that's too big of a step for me, then go back 1 step and do 1 minute a day. Second is link your habit, your new habit, to an already existing habit. Link your meditation to something you already do. You go to sleep, you wake up, you have breakfast, you have lunch, you stop working, you start working. Before or after the habits you already have, insert the meditation habit. And you'll probably notice that it's much easier to keep doing those 5 minutes meditations, or those 10 minutes or 15 minutes meditations, okay? And then the last step, which kind of binds it all together, is do your habit every single day. Keep that momentum going, keep the growth going, and say, look, if I can't commit to 5 minutes every single day, then what time can I commit to do it every single day? Because the last habit is actually the most important one. Do it every single day is important, because that's when you really create a habit out of it, right? If you do it every single day and you link it to an already existing habit, it is much easier to then say, now I do it 1 minute, then I do it 5, then I do it 15, then I do it 20 minutes. It's much harder to say, I will do 5 minutes once a week. Probably not going to happen. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. So the 3 steps to making a habit out of meditation: starting small, linking it to an existing habit, and doing it every single day. I hope you liked this video. I also really hope that you feel motivated to start creating your own meditation habit. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help out. And we'll talk soon in another video here on Thomas Dealer Coaching. Thank you very much.